Hello, welcome to the Austin Bitcoin Meetup. Thanks for joining us tonight. We got Zhou Tonged with us. Uh, I guess, probably the most famous musician in Bitcoin. Bitcoin's Weird Al.
Yeah.
So, here. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how you got started with Bitcoin? I've always been curious about whether or not your songs about Bitcoinica are autobiographical or not.
Oh no, that was that's the thing with Zao. Anything that we've written, we've experienced it. It started with Bitcoinica. Pretty much my buddy, who is a close friend from years ago. He's the one that put me onto Bitcoin in 2011. Calling me about him needing graphics cards. This is when the transition from CPU to GPU had just begun, and everybody was buying computers trying to mine. Um, he called me in and was and got me. He's really the base of it all, the brains of it all, and got me into it. At that time, the only margin trading site was Bitcoinica for Bitcoin. Uh, so that's what we were doing. We were trading on Bitcoinica. Um, Also, where we coined the term Zhou Tong to be Zhou Tonged. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Bitcoinica and the whole history. Zhou Tong with the last name Tong um, was the creator of the website, and there was it was a security breach that went down, and we lost a bunch of money. Um, and Yeah, so it started back around with Bitcoinica. It started around 2011. We were just traders, but I'm a music composition major, so the brains of it all called me, and we were trading together. And of course, with my music background, uh, it really was just a fun hobby kind of thing. We put out a couple of songs. We didn't expect it to go anywhere, um, and the Bitcoin community loved it and kept on asking for more. So it kind of went from there, and we just started doing um, just a couple more songs here and there, just throwing them out there, just for fun. Um, and it's grown to what it is now. Now we have a pretty cool fan base. I love the Bitcoin community. I love the technology, and I definitely support it. Um, but yeah, it just started as a fun project, and it's built a life of its own, really. Now we're starting to go around to some of the conventions and perform. I performed at the Bitcoin and Beltway in the Beltway this past weekend, and that was fun.
We wanted to invite you to our Texas Bitcoin conference back in March, but you weren't answering your forum PMs at the time, so we didn't get a chance to send an invitation.
Yeah, that would have been great. The past few months we've been if you know or don't know, we've been around for a while. We've got some songs out. We've been working on an album this past year. So we've been a little busy on that end. We're changing some emails up and some ways to get a hold of us. We have a website up now, and we're trying to bring it all together now. So yeah, that would have been really cool actually. Um, it'd have been really cool.
Okay, we were just, before we started the interview, we played a few of your YouTube songs off your YouTube channel for the people in the audience who weren't familiar with your work.
Yeah.
What would you say is your favorite song, if you have one?
I love doing the Billy Joel one. That's probably the most famous one for the longest time. That one's a lot of fun. I'd probably say the Billy Joel holding was probably my favorite. I have a lot of fun writing the rap ones, um, but I really enjoyed the Billy Joel, and end of Silk Road was a pretty funny one too. The whole love song to Silk Road, that was and just unexpected. We write to what goes on in the community. Anything, if you listen to our music, um, and kind of like timelined it out, like when the song was put out and what was going on around that time in the Bitcoin community. It's always relevant to something that was going on then, or Um, so that was yeah, but Billy Joel is my favorite. My favorite. That was a cool one.
probably the best investment advice in Bitcoin, to be honest, if you look over the last few years. The people who've held have done pretty well.
Yeah, definitely. My advice to anybody would be to just hold. I mean, we're still at 600, even with everything that's gone on and all the controversy and the Mt. Gox stuff and the malleability issue that we had that Mt. Gox tried to blame it that whole the Silk Road situation last year. I mean, if Bitcoin was gonna be no longer, it would have happened then, or it would have happened already. Um, so it just help. I just hope that helps show the spectators and the newcomers that Bitcoin is resilient, and that it's different. There's Bitcoin, and there's this protocol, and then there are these companies that are trying. And wherever humans are, there's going to be error or mistakes, but you can't deny the technology behind Bitcoin. So I believe in it, and at the very least, I just tell people now, just buy one and put it away if you don't really want to get all into it. And we're diehard Bitcoin. I try not. I stay in Bitcoin and switch out to U.S. dollar when I need to. Um, but that's just me. I'm a little extremist when it comes to it. Um, but yeah.
I think we have people here on all ends of the spectrum. There's some of us who are all in, who keep everything in Bitcoin, and there's some people who are new, and actually we've got some people here for the first time tonight, so it's a pretty good mix.
Okay. Cool.
Which open transaction?
All right, we're going to open it up. We've got some audience questions right now, so they're just going to.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Can they hear from here?
They can hear you.
Oh, perfect. So which open transactions type project do you like the best? There's Mastercoin, and there's the colored coins, and all those different ones. Which one do you like the best so far? Are you into that at all?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the other altcoins.
Well, just in general, all the projects related to open transactions, like the Mastercoin, there's the whole Mastercoin project. It's not really a coin so much, and then there's the colored coin kind of project, and some of it.
Right, and then like Ripple, you mean, like that kind of?
One, too, but yeah, which one do you think is the best so far?
I mean, I haven't really gotten or dissected those so much, but I understand them. I mean, I guess Mastercoin's pretty cool. That one's gaining a little attention. Um, I really just kind of lately just kind of been staying in Bitcoin. Outside of open transactions, other coins that I watch are like Litecoin. Definitely can't deny Dogecoin and what's going on. And I watch those. I watch a little bit. I was reading up when Ripple was just coming out and introducing that kind of stuff. And was interested in where they're going. I'm interested in it. Just haven't really paid attention so much recently. Yeah.
Yeah, so I know you were inspired by early 60s and 70s R&Bs regarding music, but what else has influenced you in music?
Musically, I mean, I'm an old soul kind of. I mean, and I grew up on soul, so like you R&B old grooves, your Marvin Gaye, your Donny Hathaway, Otis Redding, and then like I like your old school when it comes to like rock, like the Doors. Jim Morrison is an animal. The Beatles, very much so. My father was a hippie, so definitely there was a lot of mamas and papas and a lot of the Beatles being played a lot. He's a musician as well. My family we're all musicians. I don't know if you see the back. I got an old Marvin Gaye and Ray Charles poster sliding the family stone. Pretty broad. I was classically trained. I play piano. I'm a keyboardist. I was classically trained as a pianist, but I'm a jazz pianist now. Got more into jazz when I was in high school. And so yeah, it's a weird, funky little group. Zhou Tonged consists of two of us. My buddy who does a lot of the video work and does a lot of the brains of our group. He's the computer engineer, and I myself am the music composition major. Um, and yeah, so any of those. And then I grew up in the '90s, so I love a lot of '90s groups. I love, and I since growing up in the '90s and on the East Coast, I'm a hip hop head. But like your old school hip hop, Talib Kweli, Mos Def, uh, when it came to groups, like I loved the Boys to Men. That's why I had a lot of fun doing the End of Silk Road. Um, Jodeci, I don't know. There's so many different. I love me some BB King. He's amazing, outstanding writer and performer. Santana, great. There's so many. How long has this meet been getting together?
I think the Austin meetup started last spring, so we've been going like probably 15 months now. The actual
Okay.
person who started it isn't here. He's on a business trip to Europe right now.
Oh, nice. Okay.
There's there's only a few people in here who've been around for more than a year. We've got a pretty diverse crowd in terms of people, how long people have been in the meetup.
Okay. Cool. Nice. Yeah. So basically, we were a couple of guys that just off of what was going on in the markets, we just started writing songs to the community. We have an album we're putting out. We're trying to do more shows. It's all about just fun and making it. I always believe that music is a great way to send a message. So anything that we can do to reach out to somebody in a fun way. Um, and I don't know, I didn't even realize I was gonna have so much fun writing parodies. Um, and it is so. I've enjoyed it. Very cool though, and yeah, we've been able to gain some traction. We have a cool little following. Working on some really cool stuff in the next 6 months, so keep an eye out. Um, I don't know if I'm at liberty to speak exactly yet what we're doing. There's some surprises coming along, but definitely shows. Um, yeah, we want to bring the fun out. Some of these everything is so serious which is fine with the technicality of Bitcoin and you know and the networking and building and developing and programming. Um, Sometimes it's nice to take a minute and just enjoy like where we're at. So I think that that's where we come in, where you can have some fun, listen to some music, and maybe it'll take you away a little bit, but at least you're able to enjoy it and give yourself a second away from all the intense building that we're doing right now. Because everybody's grinding in the community right now, which I love.
Well, you do have one song that is fairly serious, at least compared to the rest of them. My personal favorite is Cypress Anthem. And I really
Right.
think that is, if there's a song that represents what Bitcoin is all about, it would be that one.
Yeah, that was again. It was the time when that actually happened. Right around when Cyprus and Greece decided to shut the banks down for a week, or the bank Lakey decided to shut their banks for a week and take up to 30% of everybody's money. That's serious. It's a big deal, I I wish it got more attention than it did, and I wish more could have been done for the people, I guess. But that's what it is. It just showed reality on how real. Like imagine if J.P. Morgan was to shut down for a week and completely just jump into your accounts and and take whatever up to 30%. How would we react to it? But no, it was very serious, and I wasn't expecting. I never expect to know what I'm gonna write or how to write it. And something happened. We were just trading, and whenever we're trading or whatever, we're usually trading all night. So music was always being played, and it just came up, and I don't know. I got the idea, I got the bug when I heard the song a little bit, and I was messing around with the chorus, and and then wrote the song. Yeah, but it is very serious, and it's sad that that happened. Um, I wish I wished it didn't, but it was an eye opener. Um, And yeah, Bitcoin definitely is the answer to that. Absolutely. I believe. Just another way. I mean, to the newcomers or the ones that's just getting in, don't put everything into it, but study, study more. Get yourself a couple. Don't put your life savings into it. But we're still premature on what its full potential is with Bitcoin. I'd say a few more years before you really see some amazing things and some amazing numbers.
Well, thanks for coming and talking to us. I don't think we have any more audience questions. And,
I got a question.
oh, wait, so we did have one question.
What do you like about Bitcoin?
Sorry.
What does he like about Bitcoin? What do you like about Bitcoin?
What do I like about it? Oh man, I mean it's all the basic specs. I love the fact I like to be able to transfer. I like the idea. The main basic is I like the idea that I'm able to transfer money at my own free will. It's not about hiding money from the government or it's just in trying to do all this whole crazy shadiness. Just like the idea that it's my money, and if I deem to transfer it somewhere that I don't internationally or however, that I don't need to go through any middleman. I like the idea of that. I like the idea of the biggest is, I mean, so I going into Bitcoin and learning about Bitcoin, it forces you to go into learning about monetary systems. I love the idea that it's a limited supply. That's huge, and that it can just be broken down. You can break it down 8 decimals, but you can't make any more. And I think that's huge, because if like every day more and more we're losing value in the dollar. I don't know how much longer we have before that completely crumbles. We're at such a peak, and there's so much fake money out there, credit, included, that yeah, the monetary system that we know of today is probably not going to be around much longer. It's weird how it's happening around the same time that Bitcoin is starting to like gain traction. I don't know what that means or the coincidence in that. But to me that's huge. And the fact that nobody controls it. So that'd be probably my main 3 points. That I can transfer it however, whenever I want. It's a limited supply. Um, I really like that it's a limited supply, and you can't make more off of that.
Thank you.
No, thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks for appearing, and we're going to be looking forward to more of your songs. It's always a highlight when your YouTube channel pops out another video.
Yeah, check us out on Reddit. We always do it simple. We'll post it on Reddit. They're just fun stuff. Sometimes they're small little snippets. Sometimes it's a whole song. But it's just whenever we put something out, it's just a little something to put a smile on your face and maybe catch a laugh from, or you can identify with it with one of the songs or something. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you around the conferences or see you around some of these summits that are going on, and yeah, we'll definitely be around. You can follow on Twitter at Zhou Tonged, one word. Keep doing what you're doing. This is it's gonna be these next couple of years. I know it's hard to be patient, but like I promise you, in the next couple of years, we still have a little way to go. Um, this whole thing is gonna be amazing. What happens? But it was really nice meeting you guys. I appreciate you inviting me over.
All right, thanks, and
Thank
thanks
you.
again.